Mm-hmm.
Listen to this track, bitch.
Time change, people change. I ain't lying since the money and the fame. I ain't been the same, me. Yo, they say I change a lot. I say a lot don't change. Looking in the mirror, can't see myself sometimes. Looking in the mirror, I see death sometimes. Fighting depression, I need help sometimes. Popping pills, trying to heal this mental health of mine. A lot don't change me. Not no money, not no bitch, you thought couldn't change me. My dog don't chain on me a lot like he got rabies. Would've gave you everything I got, but you betrayed me. Niggas got lost and now they act like they was saving me. Swear I can't stand this shit, no more paraplegic. Somebody called a fire marshal cause I'm heat. Standing in a huddle by myself, guess I was teamless. But I stayed 10 toes down undefeated. Them niggas jumped outside and they threw flags on me. I ain't going back and forth, but I got racks on me. You know what's in that bag, I got straps on me. You don't wanna see me mad, it get mad or I swear that love drove a nigga crazy. Treated you like blood, cut me like a razor. All I show was love and you show me hate. I ain't tryna judge you, but watch you change. Time change, people change. I ain't lying since the money and the fame. I ain't been the same, me. Yo, they say I change a lot. I say a lot of change. Time change, people change. I ain't lying since the money and the fame. I ain't been the same, me. Yo, they say I change a lot. I say a lot don't change me. All this pain, all I can do is pray. Sister got break, what I'm supposed to say, huh? When she called, I ain't now so mad at 6'8". I tell her it's okay, just glad she ain't get AIDS, huh? But she say she feel like dying every day. I swear I feel the tears drop from her eyes to my face. And I try to be lying if I said I'm okay. Murder on my mind, got me sliding with the K. Yeah, I should've listened to my gut, but I didn't. Niggas shot up my truck, tried to kill me, but they missed me. And ever since that day when I wake up, I see life different, yeah. And ever since that day, I think of everything I did. Like what my children gon' do if I leave. What my mama gon' do if I'm gone when she need me. I promise to be strong, don't get me wrong, it ain't easy. Scared to be alone, had what I wanted, but she leaving. And I gave all the reasons, all the lying, all the cheating. All the time I was falling, all these demons. I let them trick me out my mind, I was deleted. And all the time I was blind, but I should've seen it. I'm sorry, Lord. Time change, people change. I ain't lying since the money and the fame. I ain't been the same, me. Yo, they say I change a lot. I say a lot don't change me. Time change, people change. I ain't lying since the money and the fame. I ain't been the same, me. They say I change a lot, I say a lot don't change me.
Listen to this track, bitch.
They ask where I'ma be in 10 years. I tell them I hope I'm here. If don't one of these lame niggas kill me. Playing the cards that God deal me. Risking it all, showing the real me. Yo, I can't lie, it get hard sometimes. Sometimes, it hard sometimes. Getting hard sometimes. Getting hard sometimes. To keep faith, see it in my face. I've been crying all day, trying to figure out a way to make it to tomorrow. Missed calls, got my phone on silent. I can't even talk right now. Right now, I can't talk cause I'm feeling like I'm lost right now. Everybody looking at me like a nigga on, but I'm off right now. Every conversation about money nowadays. Everybody wants something from me nowadays. I don't even know the way I'm going nowadays. Praying to the Lord, save me. Devil on me hard, lazy. I'm seeing demons in the dark, know it sound crazy. Yo, man, they looking all strange. If I'm different, then that cause it all changed. Thought it was all love till the start. Hey, niggas tripping on some of the dogs. Look at all the lost, look at all the gain. They ask where I'ma be in 10 years. I tell them I hope I'm here. If don't one of these lame niggas kill me. Playing the cards that God deal me. Risking it all, showing the real me. Yo, I can't lie, get hard sometimes. Sometimes, get hard sometimes. Getting hard sometimes. Getting hard sometimes. Keep faith, see it in my face. I've been crying all day, trying to figure out a way to make it tomorrow. Missed calls, got my phone on silent. I can't even talk right now. Right now, I can't talk cause I'm feeling like I'm lost right now. Everybody looking at me like a nigga on, but I'm off right now. Staring at the empty bottles. I got a problem here, yeah, I got a problem. I ain't the only one, everybody got 'em. But when the giant get weak, who gon' catch him when he fallin'? Too many people depend on me, I can't leave on them, I ain't got no wash. I put it all on the line every time to make sure my people ain't starving. Still had the same nightmare when I was sleep on the floor in the apartment. Get in them booth and switch it up like Clark Kent. But I'm no Superman, but I gotta be for everybody believe in me from the start, yeah. I saw nothing came easy, it was hard, yeah. Gave him everything, don't even got a heart left. I gave him everything but my soul. All I got is they ask where I'ma be in 10 years. I tell them I hope I'm here. If don't one of these lame niggas kill me. Playing the cards that God deal me. Risking it all, showing the real me, yo. I can't lie, get hard sometimes. Sometimes, get hard sometimes. Getting hard sometimes. Getting hard sometimes. Keep faith, see it in my face. I've been crying all day, trying to figure out a way to make it tomorrow. Missed calls, got my phone on silent. I can't even talk right now. Right now, I can't talk cause I'm feeling like I'm lost right now. Everybody looking at me like a nigga on, but I'm off right now.
Southside on the track, yeah.
Thoughts in my mental, I can't even think straight without popping prescription. Mixing it with liquor, trying to find a way to make life so simple. It get harder every day, I swear, life so different. I gotta keep a pistol, can't trust too many niggas. I've been hurt too many times and I don't love too many bitches. I made it through the struggle, swear to God is my witness. It was hard, but I did it, thanking God every second, every minute. I repented, Lord forgive me, I was sinning, I was tripping. I was trying to find a way to hide my feelings, yeah. I was trying to find a way to handle business, yeah. I was trying to find a place to raise my children, y'all. I ain't had nowhere to stay, I swear I didn't, y'all. Just got a text from my little partner, say he just got robbed. No disrespect, I swear I love you, but that ain't my problem. Go through so much, I got my own and you can't help me solve it. When you was up, then put me on, I just kept taking losses. Scared to lose myself in my own eye, cause I keep seeing demons. Scared to fall asleep or close my eyes, terrified I might stop breathing. If I overdose and die right now, they wouldn't know till they tweet it. Nobody checks if I'm alive, only call when they need me. Thinking to myself like how it would've been if I would've never lost my cousin or my closest friend. All these niggas acting like they love me, but they just pretend. Tryna find my way up out that place, it's like I'm stuck again. I been on drugs again, tryna drown my problems and my pain with this cup of hand. Bitch knew I was fucked up from the way a nigga stumbled in. Residue all on my face, I'm fucking up again. I want my heart, walk away, I'm losing love again. And I been going through some things I just can't understand. Said I been going through some things I just don't understand. Losing friends, tryna find myself again. Staring in the mirror, don't know who I am. I ain't seen my children in a minute, damn. What the fuck got into me? Nigga talk about killing me. Keep guns for my enemies. Bitch say she ain't feeling me. I'm a good nigga with bad energy. She wanna fuck, I wanna go to sleep. I see the devil in my dreams, but nobody understand when I say that. Gotta see a doctor tryna see where my head is. Gotta see a doctor cause I need some more medicine, yeah. Try to get so hot that I can't feel none. Try to get so hot that my body get numb. Tryna get so hot that I can't feel love. Swear I get so hot they can't wake me up. They can't wake me up. Swear I get so hot they can't wake me up.
No one escapes my sight. Bet you can't keep up with me.
Most of my old friends acting brand new with me, what changed? a couple wheels, a couple chains, a couple watches and some rings. A lot of my old bitches acting brand new with me, what changed? Since a nigga got some fame, these bitches don't fuck me the same, yo. I woke them up while I was yawning, I was sacking up while they was snoring. God made me important, my mama didn't get that abortion. 5-bedroom house, and that bitch is enormous. Got a house so big, I swear that I keep hearing voices. Echoing it like it's haunted, I cherish everything that came with it. 40 karat gold on chain dipper, ankle bracelet, chain whipper. Gave you my all and I gained riches, never gave my heart to lame bitches. You niggas cannot walk a mile in my shoes, let alone lane switching. My team still got some things in them, got it out the mud, I can't forget it. So many drugs that I can't remember, the last time a nigga had feeling. I'm sipping codeine like it normal, I'm popping Zany like it normal. I'm walking around in bitch like I'm a zombie, but it made the pain feel normal, yeah. Most of my old friends acting brand new with me, what changed? A couple wheels, a couple chains, a couple watches and some rings. A lot of my old bitches acting brand new with me, what changed? Since a nigga got some fame, these bitches don't fuck me the same. Most of my old friends acting brand new with me, what changed? A couple wheels, a couple chains, a couple watches and some rings. A lot of my old bitches acting brand new with me, what changed? Since a nigga got some fame, these bitches don't fuck me the same, yo. Since I got me in the fame, these bitches don't fuck me the same. They call me by my first name. I got the world screaming my name now. A lot of my niggas don't change. A lot of my niggas hang. A lot of my niggas will wait. A lot of my niggas will praying. I make it, I made it. The shit is different. It don't see the same. The way that I dream it, it don't see the same. The way that I need it don't see the same. The way that I seen it. Yeah, I admit it. It hurt me, hate me and my feelings. Even my family tripping. Everything seems so different. Even the nigga that with me. It's funny, come money change everything from niggas you grew as a kid with to the bitch that you say you in love with. Wanna marry and plan to have kids with. I'm sipping codeine like it normal. I'm popping Zany like it normal. I'm walking around in bitch like I'm a zombie, but it made the pain feel normal, yeah. Most of my old friends acting brand new with me, what changed? A couple wheels, a couple chains, a couple watches and some rings. A lot of my old bitches acting brand new with me, what changed? Since a nigga got some fame, these bitches don't fuck me the same. Most of my old friends acting brand new with me, what changed? A couple wheels, a couple chains, a couple watches and some rings. A lot of my old bitches acting brand new with me, what changed? Since a nigga got some fame, these bitches don't fuck me the same, yo.
Hello, I'm from the future. What day is it? It's...
Hello, future. There you go. If you're from the future and you don't know where the fuck you're at or what time you're on, you're stupid. It's a waste of time to come back. Yep. Good idea, baby. Oh, look at it. You see that?
I know that you been scarred. Lately, me and you ain't on the same page. Lately, we been talking about the same thing. And I swear the shit annoy you. Phone ringing, I'm recording. We both yelling at the top of our lungs. We both losing our voices. Know you been hurt so many times that you get tired of trying even to believe me. When I say I love you, swear I mean it. Love is blind, but I wish you could see it in me. You make it so hard. I know you've been scarred, but I swear to God I ain't going nowhere, yeah. I know this shit get complicated, cause lately I've been all in my feelings. I know when you say you love me, that you really mean it, but I can't let you feel it, cause I'm afraid to show you my feelings. Scared to show you love, cause everything I'm loyal, I'm lost ain't with me. Yeah, one of these drugs, the thoughts in my head, they hurt the remember. Yeah, all I'm telling February, all I'm trying to get December. Yeah, I swear my heart is cold as the winter. Yeah, inside I'm trembling.
Have a good night,
I can't let you in even if I wanted to. Cause I've been strong for years and my heart been on for 2 years. I know you mean when you say you love me. You been through shit with me when you were ugly. You slept on the floor with me, how the hot thuggin'. At least you ain't leave when I ain't had none. Know you been hurt so many times that you get tired of trying to believe me. Nowhere, nowhere, yeah.
No escape.
When the Lord real, this ain't how
You're in for a little shock.
fuck drugs and pills. I was known but wasn't
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
To the same tune. One in on
You're in for a little.
June in the room, listening to London on the trap beat. Trying to catch a vibe while we playing the loop. That one over your head. You know the feeling when that door knock and your heart drop. You know it's the fear. You know you wasn't prepared. And now you nervous and scared. Bro, no one can compare. Listen to your friends live, but knowing that ain't the real.
Come a little.
Know you've been hurt so many times that you get tired of trying.
Come a little
even
closer.
to believe me. I say I love you, swear I mean it, love you,
Try not to
but I
enjoy
wish
them.
you could see it in me. You make it so hard. I know you is scarred. I swear to God, I ain't going nowhere, nowhere, nowhere. It's so hard for me to love you. Baby, it's so hard.
Time to clean up.
Baby, let's go guard.
I got careless.
Yeah, 12 kill a nigga in there, ain't safe, got me stressed. Riding around with a legal weapon for protection. We been begging, we been begging, we been begging. Financial pressure, still getting neglected. Burn that shit down till it's melting. Burn that shit down till they get the message. Burn that shit down until they respect. Burn that shit down. Mama pray for me even when you ain't sleeping. So scared to die, I don't sleep, I be up giving. Got smoke with the ops, cut the cop, got me riding around with Glocks, screaming for the police. Policies, you know what I mean, and I mean I ain't never seen racism till I seen it. Niggas hanging from trees, 2020, I can't believe it. 2020 with that chop, I bet I'ma hit 'em. What the fuck I'm gonna tell my children?
Come a little closer.
Since we color, we ain't got
Spark
no
things up a
meaning.
little. You're in for a
Since
little
we
shock.
color, we ain't really got no meaning. Since we color, they kill us for no reason. No, 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 I ain't going for that. My ancestors been fighting for too long for that. And this dick on this 40 is too long for that. Fuck. Swear took my breath away when I heard him say he can't breathe. Kaepernick took a knee, but 12 took a life with their knees. Over 400 years, niggas been protesting for peace. Even protesting peacefully, get shot and get beat. How long y'all think we gon' keep going for that? How long you think we gon' keep going for that? How long you think y'all gon' keep doing us that? How long you think it'll take before we react? We smarter than we ever been. And we know how to shoot FNs. Taking headshots, not no legs and limbs. Taking headshots, fuck the legs and limbs. I've been running around, feeling like a monster. Police trying to take me from my son and my daughters. I ain't pussy, and that's the way I will follow. Streets taught us, never let them take nothing from me.
You're in for a
President got
little
a
shock.
twisted like a backwood. Let me
You're
know
in
if
for a
I'm
little
tripping or is it that
Leave it
good?
up to me.
I ain't
It's a
seen the crack,
connection.
ain't yet in the
catch you.
backwood. What's the KKK wood? I swear to God, it's gonna be a mess. If I start snatching on white folk like I'm a wrestler, and make them come to my house, work for me and call me master, while they locked in shelter. And take them away from all their family and children. And then they trying to run away from me, I will. And if they go against me, I'll probably kill them. Would you respect me or call me a killer? Be ready to show.
Let it rain.
Surrender and be gentle. Don't be such a brute.
Freeze! Some fury!
I must leave no stone unturned.
Wind blade.
Off with you! Fury!
I'll race you next time.
Freeze! Freeze!
With the wind!
Have a little taste! Off with you!
Come again.
I was on
Down with the king!
I was on
Come a little closer.
These niggas ain't for no reason. I can't believe it, I can't believe it. These niggas mad 'cause of me. When I was starving and you had to play, you didn't think of me, nigga was greedy. Now that I made it, they act like I'm home. But where was you at when I needed you? Where was you at when I needed you? I can't remember, I make it look good, don't it? Yeah. Big face really on me, look good, don't it? Yeah. I know they gon' hate, but I pray to my hood, love. Yeah, they showin' me love, but they fake and I swear they don't
You're in for a
good.
little shock.
That's on the hood, homie. I had to cut a lot of niggas off, cause they weren't no good for me. I had to punch some niggas in their mouth to show them I'm still on it. I had to beat this shit up from the ground.
Come a
nigga,
little
I stood
closer.
on it. Yeah. Kept it 100 when niggas was fake for me, you know it. I never turned on that one of my partners, but I know who
No
it
one
was.
escapes my sight.
Said you won't change, only I want you do it. Even if
You're
I
in for a
could,
little
I
shock.
yeah.
Try not to enjoy this too much. Come a
I
little
can't believe it, I can't
closer.
believe it. These niggas mad 'cause I'm eating. When I was starving and you had to play, you didn't think of me, nigga was greedy. Now that I made it down like I'm home, but where was you at when I needed you? Where was you at when I needed you?
Another test subject.
I was on ball together. Yeah. I was on ball together. Yeah. I was on ball
Come a
together.
little closer.
Yeah. I was on ball
Gotta
together.
ask, nigga, but they gave you my last, nigga. Yeah, you know. Frustrated and mad, nigga, when I was on my ass, nigga. Then after you go, don't get no pass, nigga. Tryna take that back, nigga. Just like you would. Rock for all my niggas, you know. You down for me, you sure, yeah. I was on ball together. Hey, turn up the ball together. Hey, back up all the shut up. Act a dog together. Hey, but you don't even call me, nigga. We fuck, we all remember. Bust loud in the cold room. Can't trust these niggas, you show me, nigga. Hey, it's a damn shame, yeah. That struggle we went through it. All the something I do it. That real shit and you know it. Hey, out to say, got it back, went to the club and I threw it. Hey, a lot of money I blew it. Street shit, my floor.
No reason. I can't believe it, I can't believe it. These niggas mad 'cause I'm eating. When I was starving and you had to play, you didn't think of me, nigga was greedy. Now that I made it, they act like I'm on. But where was you at when I needed you? Where was you at when I needed you? I was on the ball
Come on.
together. Yeah. I was on the ball together, yeah. I was on the ball together.
How's this?
Yeah. I was on the ball together.
Freeze this!
With the wind!
Freeze! Have a little taste!
I was on the ball together.
Freeze! Good. I wasn't done.
Wind blade!
Go, go, Barry!
Surrendering will be gentle.
Freeze!
Blitz.
Holiday
No one
so
escapes
bitch,
my
but I'm
sight.
right behind it. Niggas say they loyal, ain't as loyal as you think. Ladies say she loyal, but she ain't. Clearing out my phone, I like it better when it's right. What's a friend? My day one nigga turn again, burn again. I'm not done with all that
Someone
probably
needs
shit.
assistance.
Now I can't pretend. They done got me screaming, what's a friend? What's a friend? Say I love you is for life, till we die. I ain't never switch sides. You my guy, forever you and I.
craving right now.
You know it. A little bit of action, a little bit of genshin, a little bit of side. You say, can I get you guys off the screen? There we go. There we go. Now we're talking.
Order for delivery on Postmates.
Punk bitch. Got me. Like they know they on mute now. They're not
I'll keep this close.
I think I found a cheat code. I'm fucking tired.
He's a shot, and I believe. I keep it young. The red is short, neck on freeze, Legs on cheese. I got a clip and a drum. I got my rings. He's a fat, he's a shot, and I believe. I keep it young, with a youngin'. I got my rings. Say you love me, you say you right, and I got it. So hard and long, so hard and trust. I got my rings. Put this work,
Steady as stone.
make me believe. This what I need. I got my rings. Hey, running on me and a clip running on my nose. Please don't choke. Fuck around, get your kinfo built. Go to me down with a jewel hanging around my neck. Can't ego trip.
I'll catch up.
Bottom with a gear broke up. Fly back, nigga, you ain't seen this drip. Since all the fame, a lot of shit changed. It's different with me and my partners. Since all the change, they look at me strange. I feel like they watching the run. I can't trust a thing, so I keep a plane. I never know who I applying. So right in your face, start talking crazy, and you ain't do nothing about it. I put it out on the line so many times. I wanna see you gon' ride for me. Die for me. You said you love me, but you were lying to me. Neck on freeze, legs on cheese. I got a clip and a drum. I got my rings. He's a fat, he's a shot, and I believe. I keep it young, with a youngin'. I got my rings. You say you love me, you say you right, and I gotta see it. So hard to love, so hard to trust. I got my rings. Put in some work, go through some dirt. Make me believe. This what I need. I got my rings.
This shit not easy, it's medium. Niggas do love you, but you was not feeding them. I was with you, you was regular. Way before you was driving in premium, yeah. Streets made me lose my mind. I cannot waste my time. I was always front line. You cannot play with my life. Killers on you, same night. I can't trust your guys. I'ma tell the truth, not lie. A fuck nigga stole my pipe. Off some drugs, I ain't caring. As long as I have my pint. I really be sliding with killers. And I'm rich, it ain't adding up. They don't know that I love them through the roof. I don't know if they can handle the truth. You get the police at school, like damn, what you do? Roxy, Oxycontin, that's your move. Plotting, watching me, you gon' lose.
Neck on freeze, legs on cheese. I got a clip and a drum. I got my rings. He's a fat, he's a shot, and I believe. I keep it young, with a youngin'. I got my rings. You say you love me, you say you right, and I gotta see it. So hard to love, so hard to trust. I got my rings. Put in some work, go through some dirt. Make me believe. This what I need. I got my rings. I wanna know. That's it, yeah, they all side. Graduated, I ain't go to Yale. Got a sack, invested in some bills. A couple bad to make it in the middle, yeah. Had to take some bills. Never swipe, never been a scam. All this traffic, neighbors probably scared. Late nights trapping by the stairs, yeah. I was saved by the scale, yeah. I was saved by the scale. I was saved by the scale, yeah. I was saved by the scale. I was saved by the scale, yeah. I was saved by the scale, yeah. I was saved by the scale, yeah. And it full of narcotics, I pray nobody watching. Pistol stuff in the couches, all of them got some bodies. Down food in the pantry, next to the bricks of Molly. Cocaine in the washer, under the dirty laundry. That's why I slept on the air mattress with no furniture. And if they walk and talk, I hope they tell nobody. Public this spot, and I thank God it wasn't nobody there. All that cocaine powder there, probably would've caught her now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. If you know what I know, it's like a zoo. I'm living proof. The real situated, I ain't go to Yale. Got a sack invested in some bills. A couple bad to make it in the middle, yeah. Had to take some bills. Never swipe, never been a scam. All this traffic, neighbors probably scared. Late nights trapping by the stairs, yeah. I was saved by the scale, yeah. I was saved by the scale. I was saved by the scale, yeah. I was saved by the scale. I was saved by the scale, yeah. I was saved by the scale. I was saved by the scale, yeah. Late night stand at the pot starving. No food in the freezer or the cabinet. We hungry. Standing in the truck till it turn morning. Yawning, trying to flip the pack before 12 morning. Baby needs some diapers, a bitch, you know this on the apartment. Me and my bitch keep fighting, all she wanna do is argue. Trying to be there for my son and my daughter. Nights turn into days and all my days turn to tomorrow's problems. Every day trying to find a way to solve them. Run around with a load on me, trying to dodge these charges. We get off on my family while taking all these losses. Asking the Lord watch over me, praying to these crosses. Graduated, I ain't go to Yale. Got a sack invested in some bills. Couple bad to make it in the middle, yeah. Had to take some bills. Never swipe, never been a scale. All this traffic, neighbors probably scared. Late nights trapping by the stairs, yeah. I was saved by the scale, yeah. I was saved by the scale. I was saved by the scale, yeah. I was saved by the scale. I was saved by the scale, yeah. I was saved by the scale. I was saved by the scale,
Someone needs
yeah.
assistance.
I was saved by the scale, yeah. I was saved by the scale. I was saved by the scale, yeah. I was saved by the scale, yeah.
Oh, this is bullshit.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
I'm in London, got my beat from London.
Swear it seemed like yesterday, I was eating ramen noodles off a plastic plate. I really was, but anyway. Just gave my brother drink 5 years today. Heard to see his children face, cause I gotta feel it place.
We got London on the train.
In the streets need me, my son need me more. Gotta give it all I got, ain't had no other choice. Tryna make it to the top, from the bottom we was low. I need some more, I need some more, yeah.
You heard the song. I was cursed and I was gifted at the same time. I was hurting, I was single, but I stayed down. 4 quarters, 2 minutes, I can't waste time. Niggas down, but for 24 in my waistline. Cause I gotta be here for my son and daughter. Don't ever want them to go through what I've been through. Hard times to scar me. Reminiscing when time was hard. We ain't had no life in the apartment. Till the baby was out of water. Long as the kids say I was fine with starving. Do you know the feeling when your mama asking you to help with the bills? But you can't help it for real. But you still give us a deal. I got money locked up in the biz. I'm doing life for got some years. Can't go to visit, it hurts her to see. I do all I can till they
My son need me more, gotta give it all I got. Ain't had no other choice. Tryna make it to the top, from the bottom we was low. I need some more, I need some more, yeah. I said the streets need me, my son need me more. Gotta give it all I got. Ain't had no other choice. Tryna make it to the top, from the bottom we was low. I need some more, I need some more, yeah. I got my money the hardest way. Baby mama try to take my little boy away. Man, you know what it was when you went this way. I got too many problems on saving face. I got too many lawyers who burn cases. I'm addicted to lean, I've been trying cases. I've been going too hard, got these niggas saving. Bought a brand new AP, got a friend on dating. I keep fucking with her, I get second shake. I be got them on there when these niggas take me. Keep it good even though I know they was faking. Oh, they mess up, they didn't want me to make it. Keep them young niggas with me, they still be taking. Thanking God they better my situation. I can't wait to pull up and see niggas' faces. I can't go back to the base. Pay the streets need me, my son need me more. Gotta give it all I got. Ain't had no other choice. Tryna make it to the top, from the bottom we was low. I need some more,
to enjoy this. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Let's end this quickly. Close my eyes, don't face. Swear to God, this shit hurt me. Close my eyes, jump face. Then I think about journey. Worry, girl, I still curse. Broken heart and I grew for it. Almost bad for that porch. Who got the drink? I'm tryna pull it up.
Not so
I was
hard.
dragging my shit through my mind, lose my mind in this bitch. Miley got a nigga geeking on
Come a
riding
little
this shit.
closer.
I get so high, no problem is it. Niggas dabbing out a brick, and I put that on my feet. Drop a brick on my wrist, but it don't really mean shit. I wipe your nose like some bitch, yeah. Jewelry gold like some bitch, yeah. My bitch so bad she throwing fits. I made that dope so like a bitch. But it really don't mean shit. Hear like what happened to me. You been starving, now you had none to eat. Then lately you been scared to fall asleep, cause you been having bad dreams of me falling. Staring in the mirror like what happened to me. You been starving, now you had none to eat. Then lately you been scared to fall asleep, cause you been having bad dreams of me falling.
This is too good to be true. I just hope that all this lasts. I just bought my mama a house, $500,000 all in cash. Passing CDs out for free. Ain't no way I'm going back. Fuck these feelings, this ain't me. Devil keep trying to distract. I be going through it on the low. I be trying to hide it. I be doing dirt on a hush. I be keeping quiet. I don't wanna lose this shit. Mama can't afford that life. Pull out them a plan for the day. Pull up in the Porsche at night, trying to run away from.
Staring in the mirror like what happened to me. You been starving, now you had none to eat. And lately you been scared to fall asleep, cause you been having bad dreams of me falling. Staring in the mirror like what happened to me. You been starving, now you had none to eat.
No escape.
And lately you been scared to fall asleep.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Oh, I can't even film right there.
Hey,
To celebrate state.
that's cheating. Bet you can't keep up with me. You'll pay for that.
Ooh, go. No fly around here.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Ah. Alright, this is some hot sauce real quick. Yes. Okay, so we're going to some soup. Music is also good. I like that idea. Let's play this. Let them do their thing. We won't do our thing. Bam. Probably give a man. They said, it's a fire one. let me get the fire punch quick. Shit, how fast it takes. Got the pyro crew. Trying to throw some action on this shit.
Get him! Someone needs to sit. Boba, get him!
Wind blade.
Let it rain. Nice and spicy. Race you.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm gonna die. Shit, when I first started this mountain, fucking like 2 hits of fucking on the snow. So we got no one. I'm saying bad dreams on me. I don't know.
Sometimes I be in these dark places, crazy thoughts, heart racing. Sometimes I feel like it's my fault, can't make it. I should've pulled up, the joint on my mind. I should've never left it side. We would've stayed home. All night that I cried, take a pill, I prescribe until the pain gone. Taking shots in my head, trying to kill these problems. Yeah. Took a shot to my head, but I just a revolver. Didn't plan to be here tomorrow. Didn't even think about my son or my daughter. I know that's selfish, yeah, I know that's awful. Demons all on me, I can't get them on me. I feel like the angels calling me. Ooh, if I don't make it to tomorrow, just do me one favor. Please take care of my son and my daughter. Watch over my babies. Ooh, talking to my heavenly Father. Lord, forgive me before they take me away. Save me one more time. All these crazy thoughts that I be thinking got me drinking like I'm drinking. All these drugs that I be taking, fall asleep, my body shaking, and can't nobody wake me up. Wake me up. Wake me up. Cause I can't leave right now. Too many people depend on me. They say it's a hit on me now, and some of my friends put in on it. So I won't trust nobody. Every gun on me got extends on it. Ain't no boo way of fin on me. And that father got fist on it. Yeah. Paranoid, sleeping with choppers in the bed. Hearing noises, I can't lie like I ain't shit. Hearing voices all in my head. Going crazy, popping meds, yo. The real show. Ooh, if I don't make it to tomorrow,
An answer from
just
this world?
do me one favor. Please take care of my son and my daughter. Watch over my babies. Ooh, talking to my heavenly Father. Lord, forgive me before they take me away. Save me one more time. Save me. Save me. Hear me, yes. Hear me, yes. Hear me, yes. You know why you
Came,
Ah, children, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh,
Oh, no. You've done so much for Liyue Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you in return.
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds. That simply won't do. Especially since I imagine you still have a very long journey ahead of you. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy. Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our illumination, if you will. I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world. The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket created using that ability.
So, in the eyes of an Adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. Rex Lapis, on the other hand, moved mountains and seas. That is what one might call an exercise of true power. But that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you just requires a few final materials to add the finishing touch.
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. I have already found a fleet-footed youngster to prepare what I need. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Some of them are very rare indeed these days. Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glaze lilies thrived most profusely. You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glaze lilies, and if you were lucky enough, you just might find a small patch of shimmer soil there. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since Dihua Marsh came to be the way it is today. Even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, In any case, smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure, and the adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. Except, goodness knows if that child will succeed in finding these items.
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an Adeptus too, right?
Yes. I suppose she does count as an Adeptus.
She counts? How come there are so many Adepti in Liyue Harbor? We seem to bump into them all the time. It feels like even when you go out to eat, you could be sitting next to an Adeptus and never even know it.
Oh, maybe so. Who can say? A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane mortal life, after all.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yen Fei, She's the one helping run some errands for me. Yenfei, I believe you already heard of the Traveler and his traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui. Before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Chiseng. What a shame. A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All right, Yenfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need of legal assistance at the moment. You'll have to excuse Yenfei. She's always been like this, ever the talkative one when it comes to her own affairs.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess, kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis, and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragdus Jadeite. I couldn't find any at all. The chasm's been sealed off, and there's just no way in. Couldn't secure any documentation either. Looks like the Ministry of Civil Affairs is serious about keeping it strictly locked down.
Is that so? But Smaragdus Jadeite is really rather essential. Yenfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly, after all. It is only right that they are duly rewarded.
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of procurement. Hold on a moment. Let me have a look.
Whoa, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him. Krusel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya. So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite, or might have an idea of where we can find some. Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. Well, that's a first for sure. Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her.
She got this shit funny. I'm on funny. She just keep it real.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold up, okay. I think we're gonna be playing.
You wanna play the game? Tell me on that night shit, girl. Tell them what you in the motherfucking coop. All these bitches come around me chicken coop. I got them poppin' pussy on the loop. Every day I look like it's a video shoot.
Is this an answer from this woman?
Ooh, she turn over the crew. Oh, $100 bill, not the newest. Ain't no telling what she gon' do for the blue one. Sippin' lean like it's some berries to rock.
Hello, Mr. Crossell. How's business been?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, in the end, I did acquire a small piece of smaragdus jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize. I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhi Qiao. If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to wait quite some time.
Wait, isn't smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhi Qiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Ms. Zhi Qiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need. To ensure fairness, each of us has retained an original copy of the contract.
In that case, might you know where Miss Zhi Qiao lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpins.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down when we signed our contract. Here, I'll mark it on your map for you.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell. We'll be off now.
Hey, y'all. Jockey. What's up, bro? What up, bro? Yeah, man, why you
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with?
How do you do, Miss Zhi Qiao? We understand from Mr. Crossell that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
The hairpins? I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them. I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, there's no way I could come up with that amount of money on such short notice. My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. I can't have them looking down on me. But now that I've lost the hairpins, what will I do?
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of deja vu?
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Miss Zhi Qiao, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure, I have it right here.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can help Juqiao somehow. True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossell the original value of the hairpins as compensation for the loss. Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher as a result.
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Juqiao looks like she's about to faint.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if the jadeite is genuine or not? Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems...
Please, Don't trouble yourselves over this. The fact is, I lost the item and I should pay compensation per the contract. However much it is, I will have to pay it. My family are merchants, after all. It's vital that we keep our word and respect our contracts. Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossell in the dark any longer. I'll go and inform him of the issue and then negotiate the amount of compensation.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But before that, I have some questions about the hairpins. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins were perfectly smooth to the touch, like the finest quality jade. My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I am quite certain of my judgment in this matter.
Smooth to the touch. Finest quality jade. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things. Let's head over to Mr. Crossell's.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Juqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
About...
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus Jadeite? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes, and if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine Smaragdus Jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
Feeling presidential like I'm Barack. Bottles coming till I tell them to stop. Hold up, wait, stop. So much money that I don't know what to do with it. Still spending no money on these new bitch. Long as you keep dancing like that, I'ma throw it. Pocket pussy, now throw that ass back. Put me on that line, shit. Put me on I ain't had no money, ain't none of these souls know me. And now my denims is full.
Looking for a fucking cat.
You leaving with me, you ain't going home. Things you do with me, he won't know.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
We can't get caught up in our feelings. You leaving with me, you ain't going home. Things you do with me.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
We both know. We can't get caught up in our feelings. Been around since day one and you still here. You ain't left yet, why you trying to disappear? Don't let that nigga get you fucked up. That my pussy and you know it is. Yeah, nah, for real. You know what come with this shit. So why you acting brand new, like you dumb as shit? You know who you fucking with. You gon' make me pull up on you and that fool you running with. But you, I'm here first class, dumb as shit. Gave you everything you needed to make it through school. Took you out them Adidas and put you in Louis. Got you out there, caught some jewelry and caught you some jewels. When you out there, session late and I showed you the view. You leaving with me, you ain't going home. Things you do with me, he won't know. We both know, we both know. We can't get caught up in our feelings. You leaving with me, you ain't going home.
Ad Astra Ab.
We both know, we both know. We can't get caught up in our feelings. Yeah, that pussy got me tripping, got me all up in my feelings. When I see you with that nigga on your IG taking pictures, yeah, but you can't even blame me, cause you act the same way when you see me out with my bass. I'm telling you what's the difference. Why you playing with me? Tell me why you playing with me. You knew what was up with us when you were laying with me. You know I'm jealous. I can't help it. I get you up and I'm a letter. You wake me up with no inside. Gave you everything you needed to make it through school. Took you out them Adidas and put you in Louis. Got you out there, caught some jewelry and caught you some jewels. When you out there, session 8 and I showed you the view. You leaving with me, you ain't going home. Things you do with me, he won't know. We both know, we both know. We can't get caught up in our feelings. You leaving with me, you ain't going home. Things you do with me, he won't know. We both know, we both know.
Miss Yenfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the Orin laid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus Jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus Jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, Perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, can I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track. It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yunfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geoenergy around Mr. Crossel, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter, but either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find someone who processes ore? I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. He's a professional when it comes to working with stone and ore. If Mr. Crossel had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Bet on you.
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yanfei. Is something the matter? Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus Jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Ooh, shit.
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings. Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
if you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore, containing no elemental energy what-
Is that so? Well, we might as well give elemental sight a shot. So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards? That's pretty awesome.
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossell...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Miss Yanfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus jadeite, uncut.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yanfei, but might I know the nature of the incident on this occasion?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't dare try to deny what he did.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. No. Aha! Got it! Singxi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was quick. How come you know so many people?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because I've memorized all the legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know? Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Again, with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Singxi.
Oh, Miss Yanfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client from last time,
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions. Has a merchant by the name of Crossel asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith recently?
Krosel. Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? Yeah, he came to me with a chunk of something he called Smaragdus Jadeite. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. Eventually, I found an older jewelsmith who made them exactly according to his specifications. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Sinksy, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossel commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus Jadeite?
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so we had to put this transaction on record with the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Mr. Krosel wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures, so I filed it on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself, the item is called Smaragdus Jadeite Twin Phoenix Pins. The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus Jadeite. The document even has the official seal of the ministry on it.
Thank you, Sinksy. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose here anyway. I take it then that there's been some more trouble?
Nothing you need to worry about, just a minor issue. I'll return your document as soon as I'm done with it.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something is in trouble?
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last trip. Let's go to Boo Boo Pharmacy to speak with Dr. Baiju.
The weirdo with the snake around his neck? What do you want to speak to him for?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is harmful to the human body. Once we have this final piece of evidence in our hands, we can wrap this case up.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs. And if it isn't Miss Yenfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises. The 7 Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains, and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality, and their illness will only ever get worse. Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yenfei, and given the specific nature of your question, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus Jadeite?
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus Jadeite recently. A Snezhnayan merchant came to ask me about it not long ago. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder, Miss Yenfei, if your pressing business might be related to this Snezhnayan merchant?
You needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for penning us that document. I'll make sure to compensate you in due course.
You're too kind. Take care now.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid within the smaragdus jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, smaragdus nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that smaragdus jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand to see your evidence.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question. This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between smaragdus jadeite and smaragdus nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, smaragdus nephrite is the outer layer of smaragdus jadeite. So I had him cut away the nephrite, he returned the valuable jadeite core to me, and some nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing exactly?
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Seems like he came prepared. What should we do next?
Hard evidence. Something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is indeed smaragdus jadeite.
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either. And this guy's getting more belligerent by the second.
You know, you could be right. Perhaps the hairpins are the real deal after all.
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown supports my story.
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors?
What's this?
Smaragdus jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with smaragdus jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of smaragdus jadeite?
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item... I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait! I knew.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you—
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually
inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Ms. Zerchow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell, your answer, please.
Yep, he's seriously intimidating right now. It's like she's a different person.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus nephrite. But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus Jadeite in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine price. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I was in a constant state of agitation, too. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go to waste? That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus Jadeite. I kept the real Smaragdus Jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch it again. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Zhiqiao lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus Jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line of business would be over.
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Ms. Zerchow 10 times the original price in Mora, and that is final.
10 times?
Crossell looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Ms. Zerchow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus Jadeite!
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus Jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation for that.
Ms. Zhiqiao.
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus Jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
What? But all right then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus Jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration?
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever, it'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more appropriately.
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Mr. Chow, have you and Mr. Crossell come to an understanding?
Well
then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so? That's good. That's good.
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I'd like to talk business for a second, if I may. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
Let me think for a moment.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. But this time, you managed to solve the problem with just a big stack of documents. Even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the hairpins.
The right solution depends on your perspective on the problem. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be was the more efficient solution. An Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet she's been on tenterhooks for a while now.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Ah, you've returned. How did it go? Were you able to find the Smaragdus Jadeite? Good, good. Then we have all the materials we need.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the office.
Oh, you. All right then. Go see to your business. Granny should be able to handle the rest.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you. I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts too.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot, hmm?
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day when he stood beside Rex Lapis. Ah, indeed she is. Liyue has changed, and the Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city among us all. Liyue is not the same place I once knew. All right, then. Let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
It is but a single teapot. It shan't take long at all. Just wait here for a moment. There we go. This Serenity pot is all yours now. Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might happen. Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little more lively inside.
Wait a minute, Granny. How exactly are we supposed to use this teapot?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot. She will explain everything you need to know about it.
Get caught up in our feelings. We made a promise and put everything on it. That my light no matter what you waiting for me. That my light no matter what.
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame Ping's. There's even a great big house in the middle too. Huh? But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Paimon can't do that. Well, you're the one with the sword anyway. You do it. Still, why is it so empty here apart from that house? Oh, wait a second. What is that?
Well, it seems that we have a visitor.
It's a huge finch!
Excuse me, I am not a finch. I am a teapot spirit, and you may call me, hang on a moment. What am I supposed to be called again? Oh, call me. I suppose you may call me Tubby.
Oh, damn. Hey, Tubby.
So you're the little helper Madame Ping mentioned?
Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. Yes, she did summon me here. She told me much about you. You may leave all matters regarding the upkeep of this realm to me. Your journey may be far from over, but at least this way you will not... Though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not have the time of day to attend to the banal matter of their maintenance.
Have you smoked? Oh, shit. These ready came right now?
Thus, we teapot spirits were created. You may consider me a butler, if you will. Now, allow me to explain this realm to you. Have you any blueprints on you? Specifically, blueprints with beautiful rooms, chairs, and the like.
Caught up in our feelings. You leaving with me, you ain't going home. Things you do with me, he won't know. We both know, we both know. We can't get caught up in our feelings. We can't get caught up in our feelings. We can't get caught up in our feelings.
You asking me to, man, what? Man, you know better than that. Who you fuck you talking to? Nah, bitch, you got me fucked up. Where you at? Yeah, Alright.
I thought I told you when we met that I got a girl in on my edge, yeah. I kept it real and you said you respect that. Now you acting all different, calling me tripping. Thought I told you when we met that. It's all funny games until you get lost, babe. I swear they all the same and I done had them all, babe. I done had them all, from the hood right to the stars. Had them lights and had them dark. Thought I told you when we met, I'm a motherfucking player, what you thought? Period, like that time of the month. I do everything I want, I can pull up how I want. Swag difference ain't LeBron, fat niggas dripping hard. I knew I had you from the start, had you in your heart. Caught up in your feelings, thought you knew what's happening when I called. Thought you knew what's happening when you let a nigga hit it in the backseat of my car. Thought we was cool, but you been acting new. And the way you text, I know you in one of your moves. You know I like that shit, when you mad you so cute. I'm tryna fuck what it do. I thought I told you when we met that I got a girl in on my edge, yeah. I kept it real and you said you respect that. Now you acting all different, calling me tripping. Thought I told you when we met that. It's all funny games until you get lost, babe. I swear they all the same and I done had them all, babe. I done had them all, from the hood right to the stars. Had them lights and had them dark. Thought I told you when we met.
First off, you got it fucked up. Quit lying like you been real with me. You was claiming y'all broke up. I ain't gon' trip off no hoe nigga. I'm a P, never trust none. I don't trust no nigga. But I been peep what's up. You slow like the lean up in your cup. Think you could walk around like a saint. Cause you bought me some to run. Ate my ass out from the back. Nigga, how the fuck you tryna front? I don't let know anybody get up in it, barely even let a nigga hit the blunt. MVP, been ballin' on him, baby, I'm clutch. You hit me up, I used to taste that. Said you can't wait until I get back. What's coming right? I let you board into my head. That's the shit that I resent. Now you calling me different. Talk but never listen.
I thought I told you when we met that I got a girl in on my edge, yeah. I kept it real and you said you respect that. Now you acting all different, calling me tripping. Thought I told you when we met that. It's all funny games until you get lost, babe. I swear they all the same and I done had them all, babe. I done had them all, from the hood right to the stars. Had them lights and had them dark. Thought I told you when we met.
What are you craving right now? Order for delivery on Postmates and get food from some of the best restaurants in LA, like Tokaya Organica, Howlin' Ray's, and Sweet Finn, without even leaving the couch. Lucky for you, Postmates has teamed up with Spotify to create a totally custom playlist, filled with tasty tracks to stream while you eat. Click or tap the banner now to listen.
From the highlands of Los Altos de Jalisco, Mexico, to the highlight of your local and home bar, we're a hand-harvested 100% Blue Weber agave tequila, double distilled for smooth taste. Next time you're ordering tequila, stir things up with Espolón tequila.
I wanna believe when you say you love me. When I say I love you, tell me, do you believe me? Do you want me for my money or do you need me? If I gave you my heart, would you take it and leave me? I ain't asked you for no reason. You say you ride or die and I wanna believe you. But if I get caught up, would you be there when I need you? It's you and I for life, I won't leave you. I ain't doing this for no reason. Bonnie and Clyde, we could be crying together. You mine forever, that's for life, I mean we dying together. We ride together, stay by my side, I hold you down forever. About you, I'm about whatever. I swear I drop whoever. But is you gon' keep it 100 and never say shit? Can I trust you with all of this money? Show you what my safe is. I swear you all I ever wanted, but don't play bitch. My heart been broke too many times for all that fake shit. Yeah, I got trust issues, fucked up by them other bitches. Yeah, I'm fucking with you, but I ain't a sucker nigga. I ain't fussing with you, nothing like them other niggas. I wanna believe you when you say you love a nigga. When I say I love you, tell me, do you believe Sean, mad at about it. No lie, no lie. Got so many niggas locked up in prison, it's hard to hit them half the time. I barely hear them half the time. Wish I was with them half the time. Yeah. I'd visit if I had the time. You was them when I ain't have a dime. You ain't care if I ain't have a dime. J-Bass in it all the time. I swear too many of my partners dying. Got me wondering how I survive. Why ain't it going? I'm speaking no lies. You ready to show it on nights. Praying and crying. Wondering why. How I survive. That ain't no lie. Praying and crying. That ain't no lie. All them days when she wasn't working, I ain't understand. All of the pain had a nigga hurt, turned to a man. Long with the big homie, go hard with the little homies. Ready to die, but I tell them to live for me. One time for the real homies, yeah.
I try, but shit get stressful, homie. These niggas ain't gon' ride, they just keep slipping on me. These niggas playing both sides, that shit ain't healthy, homie. I try, but feeling helpless, homie. Really been flying, get a lot in the kennel, my nigga been dying. You to the right, but your nigga won't even see you 25. Lock up inside, you got nothing but freedom and stuck on your mind. Who out your wild? Fucking niggas who see you do nothing but smile. Oh, they don't want no more. Breaking that old shit, net. Now I ain't going for the chat. 100 rounds stuffed in the backpack. Oh, these niggas no more. Nigga gon' shot for the cat. I done been stabbed in the backpack. I'm just trying to get these rat.
Many nights, praying and crying, wondering why, how I survive. That ain't no lie. Praying and crying, that ain't no lie. All them days when she wasn't working, I ain't understand. All of the pain had a nigga hurt, turned to a man. Long with the big homie, go hard for the little homies. Ready to die, but I tell them to live for me. One time for the real homies, yeah. Hey, look, like, I can't even understand, like, whatever y'all niggas be trying to prove, sure, like, where I'm from, that don't matter. Yo, got a whole million in the attic, and shit ain't no. I ain't never had shit, don't know how to act, Everything a nigga whip, bad like NASCAR. Never worry about a bitch if I want her, I have her. 250,000 on me, right then go. And I can't burn them bottom, not the nosebleed. Stay down, still tall on both feet. I can't burn them bottom, not the nosebleed. Yo, look at my neck, look at my wrist, look at my bitch. I'm the shit, can't forget. When I want nobody, I ain't had nobody. I ain't asked nobody for help. Did it on my own, had to get it going, trapping by myself. Trapping out alone, trapping out of zone, but then nobody care. I could afford the cutie, I could afford the bag. I ain't no dog fluid, but I had to call the bag. These niggas know it's fake, they keep it knowing that. I chop on my song set, working the house, baby mama black. Every time that she found where my bones at, she gonna find where the crumbs at. You complain about everything, so I showed her where the money at. Got a whole million in the attic, and shit ain't no. I ain't never had shit, don't know how to act, Everything a nigga whip, fat like NASCAR. Never worry about a bitch if I want her, I have her. 250,000 on me, right then go. And I can't burn them bottom, not the nosebleed. Stay down, still tall on both feet. I can't burn them bottom, not the nosebleed. Yo, look at my neck, look at my wrist, look at my feet. Yeah, I'm a lead. Don't try. Gunfight, you die. I ain't never had shit, so I act like that. Yeah, pull 'em looking like a lick, cause I'm strapped like that. Fat Mac in the back, don't get whacked like that. All I hang around the real gangsters, I grew up like that. I got some blood going crazy, I got some cousins going crazy. Say that you love me while you hang. Came up from nothing like a maze. Came up from nothing, now I make it. Came up from nothing like a base. You to be straight and God save you. You're ready to shine, y'all. Got a whole million in the attic, and shit ain't no. I ain't never had shit, don't know how to act, Everything a nigga whip, fat like NASCAR. Never worry about a bitch if I want her, I have her. 250,000 on me, right then go. And I can't burn them bottom, not the nosebleed. Stay down, still tall on I'm just trying to beat the odds. Back against the wall, lace my boots and stood up tall. Told my niggas I won't fall. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. I'm just trying to beat the odds. Back against the wall, lace my boots and stood up tall. Told my niggas I won't fall. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. Look at the cards. I was there from the start. I played them regardless. I gave them my all. Stayed down and I came up. Never hated to change though. Every day that I wake up, I let God know I'm thankful. Cause I could've been dead in prison. Free drinking juice, so I miss them. Thoughts in my head got me tripping. I be popping these meds, no prescription. All I see is hair, how I'm living. All of my prayers by forgiveness. My bitch send me prayers out the scripture. I swear I be scared when I miss them. Oh, no one had the rest, I ain't feeling. I'ma keep it G till I'm buried. The red sun. I'm just trying to beat the odds. Back against the wall, lace my boots and stood up tall. Told my niggas I won't fall. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. I'm just trying to beat the odds. Back against the wall, lace my boots and stood up tall. Told my niggas I won't fall. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. Beat the streets apart, self-employed. On that boy, baby, on that boy. My Audemars call me 80 Lord, bitch, I beat the odd. And my yard filled with foreign cars, bitch, I beat the odds. All these scars, bitch, I had it hard. Now I feel like God. All these broad wanna be with the boy, they try and beat the odds. Can't believe I had to work a Ed beat the boy. Yeah. Can't believe we used to wear it in a beaker boy. Cocaine flow, propane smoke. What you came for? Ain't pimple bitch, get $1 out of stay home. And don't never let a nigga count your bankroll. I'm just trying to beat the odds. Back against the wall, lace my boots and stood up tall. Tell my niggas I won't fall. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. I'm just trying to beat the odds. Back against the wall, lace my boots and stood up tall. Told my niggas I won't fall. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. I'm just trying to beat the odds, yeah. Home, you don't mind. Might take your time and talk you for a second. Don't be a fool. You can crash here, but I know it's hard, little nigga, but just keep
As long as you have a blueprint, you can refashion this realm however you please.
Blueprint? Oh, that's right! Granny handed us some when she gave us the teapot, didn't she? Let's take them out and have a look.
Yes, these are the blueprints I'm talking about. Go on, open them up. Just commit the image of the objects to memory and prepare the necessary materials. Then simply release the thought from your mind and the object in the blueprint shall appear within this teapot.
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside, couldn't we?
I doubt it. A golden-eyed adeptus explained this to me at some point in the past. He said that even though subspace creation is a product of adeptal power, even that has its limits. This world is not a true one, after all. It provides merely a moment of brief respite from the mortal realm.
Not a golden-eyed adeptus? Paimon wonders, who could that be?
I ain't holding my breath, but it feel like I can't breathe. Second guessing myself and my success like that ain't me. All the way to win platinum, no goal and it can't be real. That's what them niggas said, but they ain't me. Them niggas ain't believe. Talking to God on my knees. thanking the Lord for saving me. Like, thank you, Father. Hope you don't mind if I take a little of your time to talk to you for a second. Yeah. Woke up in the morning, sun shining, cold in my eyes, stomach rumbling, ain't no breath. No Dr. Seuss, ain't no green as a damn mirror, boy. It's like a zoo, I ain't lying if you last here, boy. You living proof, lost so many on my last year, boy. Don't be no fool, you can crash here, boy. Home, you don't mind if I take a little of your time and talk to you for a second. Don't be no fool, you can crash here, boy.
Football season is here. Stop by. Yeah. Are you down? Are you down? Are you all the way down? Are you down? Are you down? I fuck with you the long way, and I'm loyal, you in mine. So if I fuck with you, I'm fucking with you always, always. Stuck in the hood, I wanna leave you, tryna stay, guess we ain't seeing shit the same way, same way. You get around them niggas and them bitches acting different, man. Just keep this shit the same way, same way. For the money, for the fame, I ain't changed. I wish you looked at me the same way, same way, same way, same way. Same way, same way, same way. Same way, same way. Money didn't change me, it changed you. You still a pull up at the blade, you're me and new. With 100 in the bag and $250,000 worth of juice. Go on live and get a text from June. He say you a lit now. Be careful how you move, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gon' switch now. You fucking up my mood, I want no bitch, then I ain't a bitch now. The money didn't change me, pistol on my hip now. Before a nigga try to stand up on me, you better sit down. 40 Glock, 50 rounds, big nuts, dick them down. Tell them send them bitches now. Ordered her like 50,000, throw it up, the money piling. Remember we ain't never had shit, now the world is ours. I fuck with you the long way, and I'm loyal, you in mine. So if I fuck with you, I'm fucking with you always, always. Stuck in the hood, I wanna leave you, tryna stay, guess we ain't seeing shit the same way, same way. You get around them niggas and them bitches acting different, man. Just keep this shit the same way, same way. For the money, for the fame, I ain't changed. I wish you looked at me the same way, same way, same way, same way. Same way, same way, same way. Same way, same way. Same way, you, I smiled. I was motherfucking proud. Things I never said out loud. I looked up to you like my big brother since I was a child. What's changed since then and now? I just can't figure out why your face be looking sour every time you come around, and you barely come around. Lately I've been out of town, and they say you been talking foul. Shit, I'm hearing, I'm like, wow, wow. And that shit hurt me like, ouch, ouch. Every time I see that crowd go wild, I be thinking this dream out. I fuck with you the long way, and I'm loyal in mine. So if I fuck with you, I'm fucking with you always, always. Stuck in the hood, I wanna leave you, tryna stay, guess we ain't seeing shit the same way, same way. You get round them niggas and them bitches acting different, man, just keep this shit the same way, same way. For the money, for the fame, I ain't changed. You look at me the same way, same way, same way, same way. Same way, same way, same way. Same way, same way. Same way, same way. Yeah. Are you down? Are you down? Are you all the way up? Are you down? Are you down? You.
I'm in London, got my beef from London.
Lately, I ain't focused on things that stress me. Trying to separate from niggas who really ain't progressing. Taking no heed or opinion from niggas who ain't helping. Trying to make it out before my whole hood laying on structure. It's crazy, crazy. How money made the whole world change in 30 days. I only knew this bitch, she already wanna when it rain. But if I went who I am today, would you still be the same? Would you say yes? If you met me at McDonald's, would you give me a chance? If I DM'd you my number, would you send me a text? Or would you turn it all down like all of the rest? Lately, shit been a little crazy. Neck look like a glacier. Riding around in a spaceship. Got stars in the ceiling, you can see it. But I never get it, I ain't seen y'all. Forever said I love you, so I made up. I ain't got this time of patience to believe or figure out. Cause lately, I ain't focused on all the things that stress me. Trying to separate from niggas who ain't progressing. Take no heed of opinions from niggas who ain't helping. Trying to make it out before my whole hood land on stretch. Late, 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 late. Shots rang out. Get a missed call. Niggas got shot, lost another one of my dogs. I'm so sick and tired of funerals. When your time come on.
I hardly remember myself. What's more, I have never seen that Adeptus again since. Well, let's not dwell on that. Have a look around. Best you get accustomed to this realm. If there's anything you would like to ask, just look.
Focused on all the things that stress me. Trying to separate from niggas who ain't progressing. Take no heed of opinions from niggas who ain't helping. Trying to make it out before my whole land on stretch. Late, 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 late,
Life of the land.
I gave my all to the shit, now I'm feeling like the game on me. 100 young niggas looking up to me for a while.
I know y'all hear that shit every time that song starts. Hear this. D-Dash be listening. He said Danny G. Shout out, you know what I'm saying? You heard that? One more time.
I gave my all to the shit, now I'm feeling like the game on me. 100 young niggas looking up to me for a while, then I feel like everything on me. Lost some niggas to the streets, saying the chain, I ain't need a green dot, niggas waiting on me. Yeah. My mama lost a job, daddy need a house, I ain't seen my kids, so the present weighing on me. I've been broke my whole life until I get a bag, and I ain't no sleep. I've been up some days, this shit ain't for the week. Better vessel in my eyes, and the shit hurt me. Only the strong survive, I'm Hercules, 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 Hercules. All the strong survive, I'm Hercules, 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 Hercules. All the strong survive, I'm Hercules. All the shit I do it on a daily basis. Can't run from a nigga, gotta face it. Home run, hit a touch and auto bases. I got niggas with $1 million cases. Mama lost a job, I told her hit vacation. I'm still homeless, sleeping in and out of bases. I'm still trying to figure how to feed my baby. I told my niggas don't give up on me, I pace it. And that's a whole lot of niggas I got way. They got to favor me and hoping that I'm back. That's when my knee look at the sky and I pray. That's when my knee look at the sky and I pray. I say, Lord, please give me guidance and strength to handle all this weight on my shoulders. Please God enlighten my vision so I can see shit that I probably in my home. To the shit now I'm feeling like the game on me. 100 young niggas looking up to me for a while, then I feel like everything on me. Lost some niggas to the streets, saying the chain, I ain't need a green dot, niggas waiting on me. Yeah. My mama lost a job, daddy need a house, I ain't seen my kids, so the present weighing on me. I've been broke my whole life until I get a bag, and I ain't no sleep. I've been up some days, this shit ain't for the week. Better vessel in my eyes, and the shit hurt me. Only the strong survive, I'm Hercules, 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 Hercules. Only the strong survive, I'm Hercules, 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 Hercules. Only the strong survive, I'm Hercules. I seen it with both my eyes, only the strong survive, putting in overtime, working like overtime. Gave this all of me, I feel like they owe me some. Niggas on side of me, I like they didn't notice none. That's why they die with me, the reason I told the gun, they ain't inside of me, ain't easy to show my love. Mama keep crying for me, she's scared for her oldest son. A lot on my mind, and I be ready to roll me one. All the losses, all the tripping, all the shit that I done done. I ain't had too many options, but I had to pick me one. I don't seen it always nothing new under the sun. I gave my all to the shit, now I'm feeling like the game on me. 100 young niggas looking up to me for a while, then I feel like everything on me. Lost some niggas to the streets, saying the chain, I ain't need a green dot, niggas waiting on me. Yeah. My mama lost a job, daddy need a house, I ain't seen my kids, so the present weighing on me. I've been broke my whole life until I get a bag, and I ain't no sleep. I've been up some days, this shit ain't for the week. Better vessel in my eyes, and the shit hurt me. Only the strong survive, I'm Hercules, 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 Hercules. Only the strong survive, I'm Hercules, 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 Hercules. Only the strong survive, I'm Hercules, Hercules.
No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. I got love for some niggas that I never speak to again. Think I love for some niggas that never want to see me win. Ain't no love for these bitches fucking once and never again. I'm in love with these riches, hoping that the money don't end. Ain't no love, no. Ain't no love, no. Some niggas that gon' get offended. Only
give us middle fingers. Ain't no needing us to keep pretending. I know you hate the fact you see me winning. I know you hate the fact you see me in it. Exactly why I ain't get the winner's tenant. Drop cash money on it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Lord, I got love for some niggas that I never speak to again. Still got love for some niggas that never want to see me win. Ain't no love for these bitches fucking once and never again. I'm in love with these riches, hoping that the money don't end. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost. No. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost.
I never love them again. They told me love was a sin. I got that money to spend. I don't have money to lend. I put London on the track. I put Versace on my niggas' back. Fuck with D-boy and we come in attack. We burn them pills wherever you at. I tell my bitch I can't love her no more. I can never fall in love with no hoe. I take that too when they knock on the door. Stay out my business, you not gonna know. I'm not surprised these niggas be lying. Most of these niggas a doubt in my mind. None of these niggas is my type of guy. They got some heart, but they nothing like mine.
I got love for some niggas that I never speak to again. Still got love for some niggas that never want to see me win. Ain't no love for these bitches fucking once and never again. I'm in love with these riches, hoping that the money don't end. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost. No. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost.
Yeah, we out here
Ain't no love lost.
86 more bricks, 98 more flips, escalating them cannons, jumping out with them clips, lace a bitch for them trips, mass up for them licks, knock a nigga hoe down, busting open them bricks, cash out, this the stash spot, move out, the max out, pussy nigga clear the safe out, come around with the cash out, yeah, do this shit on the blaze, nigga, do this shit with some craze, nigga, do this shit or get sprayed, then get paid.
I got love for some niggas that I never speak to again. Still got love for some niggas that never want to see me win. Ain't no love for these bitches fucking once and never again. I'm in love with these riches, hoping that the money don't end. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost. No. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost. No.
Football season is here. Stop by Stater Brothers, pick up your favorites, and head straight to the tailgate. Grab crowd pleasers like crispy Cleo and Leo fried chicken and some ice-cold drinks. Click to tailgate with Stater Brothers Markets.
Oh, when did you arrive? I was completely lost in thought. Aw, you're concerned for my well-being. Well, aren't you just the sweetest? You really know how to make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Don't you worry, I love it here. Not at all. I think what makes this place so special is the fact that it was built personally by you. If I were to start nitpicking, it would only ruin your creativity and the unique charm you bring to the place. I certainly wouldn't want that to happen.
Did it? Shit with him though. What did he do?
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
16. Oh, you can buy these in here. Okay, pretty cool. My cup is cool. Nonetheless.
Oh, when did you arrive? I was completely lost in thought. Morning, cutie. I'm sure you're keeping on top of everything that needs doing. But if you find yourself struggling at any point, you know I'm always available to lend a hand.
Ooh, excuse me. What? I did not know this. Sorry, phase 2. So what do I have to do now?
It's family dinner time, but the pantry is.
Start shit officer. Trigger Cairo Hydro Pyro and Elemental Swirl reaction at least once time within 2 5. Damn. Probably smacked the shit out of him. Do me one favor. Take care of my son and my daughter. Say me one more time. Oh, what the fuck? Senora. That's crazy. We could